If you were wondering, does the Escalade have a younger brother? And you're absolutely right. This is the Cadillac XT6. I'm gonna give you a full exterior and interior walk around of this Cadillac that can seat 7 of you and your friends. So this is the Escalade's younger brother, the XT6. It still does seat 7, so lots of storage, lots of capacity, but a little bit smaller, sportier, and even funner to drive. Can't wait to actually show you that. If you haven't seen that previous video with the Escalade, I'll link it in the card above, but I think Cadillac's done an amazing job with their latest lineup of technology features. And to start, we're outside looking at the exterior. Lots of the same similar kind of appearances from the Escalade. Beautiful, big Cadillac grille, the vertical lights that you're familiar with from Cadillac, again, in this silver color. This is a 2022 Sport Package Edition. So again, it's got all the goodies, the Super Cruise, the carbon fiber. I'll walk you through all of that. The big brake package on this vehicle as well. And this V6, 3.6 liter, making 310 horsepower and 271 pound-feet of torque. So definitely it's got the power to go ahead, take you and your friends, your family to wherever you want to go. But let's take a look on the outside first. I think they've done a great job. I really do like the exterior again. I think they did a great job keeping it modern, but very brutal. A little bit understated, but very aggressive still, but not over the top. I think they hit the mark of what they wanted to do here. Again, this V6 is in here, which also actually in a different mode, on the front wheel drive mode, will deactivate to a 4-cylinder to go ahead and increase fuel economy. So they got a lot of tech package there stuff, which we'll talk about, but you can see the double grille here, full 360 camera system, so you can kind of see the camera right here under the Cadillac logo. We'll go through that. As we come around the vehicle, we'll go ahead and see this huge brake package. So 6-piston brakes on this. This is the Sport Package on these wheels, on Bridgestones. It looks really, really good. I like this. Again, 20-inch, so big package up here. The braking performance is really good, and I'll talk to you about that. Mirrors here folded. You can see this is again one of those touch things. So I got the key fob here. You open this up. Here's going to be a little preview of the interior. We'll go through all that. A lot of stuff to check out there. We come around and you see the 2 windows, the 3rd window. This is where your 7 passengers all fit. The last 2 fit here in the back. We come back around and again, the classic Cadillac vertical lights. Kind of see here the Cadillac logo, dual exhaust tips, the XT6. Let's open this up. We also have a camera back here as well. And we open this up, this is a lot of cargo capacity. So we folded down the 3rd row of seating. Lots of cargo capacity. You can also fold down the 2nd row. That's a manual fold down, but there is automatic. So you wanna do this, it folds. Wanna do this, it folds. I think it's manually going up, so that's okay. So you have to put it up manually because it's not rolling back up. So that's okay there. But lots of storage, lots of space. It only has the close button. So, you know, on the Lexus NX 350h I just reviewed, it actually has a close lock button. So if you want to walk away and lock the vehicle, I think that's handy. It's not here. You can just close it, but lots of space again, huge opening. You could honestly, with these 2 seats folded down, you could fit huge pieces of furniture. You could fit a whole bunch of stuff, which is awesome. And then we'll talk a little bit more about the interior. They got an assortment of stuff, USB-C decked out across this entire vehicle. So everything's there, some lighting here as well. Let's close this. And again, the dual exhaust tips coming out of this V6, the 3.6 liter, it does sound really good. I actually am surprised. Just like the Escalade, I thought it sounded really good. So I do like that. We come back around, also has kick ability, so you can just kick it. It's gonna open up. All that's there for you. And let's take a look again here. So again, full 20-inch wheels on this. You know, they went with the single floating caliper in the rear. That's okay. It does have a lot of braking performance, and most of the weight here, especially when you're gonna be braking, is gonna be at the front, and they have those big 6-piston Brembos up front. So that's no problem here. We're gonna come back around. We see some XT6 styling cues here. So I do like that. A little bit of the chrome. Again, this is the Sport Package, and this vehicle is on the expensive side. So the way that it is spec'd right now, in Canada, you're looking at $76,000. So again, this is competing with the Q7, Volvo XC90, a lot of those in that price bracket and range. And I'm gonna talk to you about the interior as well, where all that tech blends in together. to really match the modern styling of the exterior to the interior. So let's go ahead, check out what the inside has for us. So we were treated really well with the Cadillac Escalade for the interior. Does the XT6 live up? Well, you sit down and right away you notice Super Cruise. So a big thing for me, I want to see the best and greatest tech in any vehicle that I'm looking at. It does come with Super Cruise technology, which is the best self-driving tech that you can get in the market today by far. I did a previous video on Super Cruise with the Escalade. Awesome. Went through Toronto traffic for about an hour, 60 kilometers, and it just basically did everything for me. So love to see that here. You know, some of the first things you notice, 2 analog clusters, digital cluster in the center, carbon fiber decoration throughout the interior. I do like that. Carbon fiber here as well. Bose audio system, which sounds very, very good. I will say, probably one of the best sounding systems that I've heard from a car. I really do like it. I think the midtones, the highs are very nice. You have multiple of those speakers around the vehicle. Heated steering wheel, also very nice. I do like the Cadillac kind of V shape here. While it isn't a flat bottom, that's okay. Maybe for the sport mode, I would have expected, or the sport package, the flat bottom, but it's not there. It's not the end of the world. You do have sufficient storage and some cubbies under here as well. So throughout the vehicle, they actually did a great job in just finding all this kind of little areas for storage. This is one area I'm like, what really fits here? Like maybe your wallets, I don't know. This just feels a little bit odd. But otherwise, this all looks good. I do love the tech, and we've had some time to go ahead and play around with it. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, full 360 camera. You know, I'll go over all of that. Auto engine, start, stop, lane keep assist, heated and cooled seats, full adjustability across climate control for not only the front, but also all the other rows in the vehicle. So you have all that there. I will nitpick and say, I don't like the screen. I think the screen is too small. I would expect something bigger in 2023. I know this is a 2022 model, but like, for example, this is my iPhone 13 Pro Max, and what, like, my iPhone screen is almost as big as this screen. And the one thing I also don't like about it is the fact that when you're looking and you're driving, this car does have a heads-up display, which I also do like. So that's there and available. It's not only is it not pointed at you, but it's kind of pointed upwards. And what I noticed when I'm driving is I kind of have to directly look at it instead of being able to use my peripheral vision, which I don't like. So if there's one flaw in this interior, is this screen. I wish it was bigger. You can even see here, this is Apple CarPlay. It's kind of, this is like your basic setup where you split it with your audio and your maps. I personally don't think that's big enough. I wish it was bigger. It's not the end of the world, but I wish it was bigger. I wish it was a bigger screen, or at least tilted towards you. Not the end of the world. Here you have the same kind of shifter as the Escalade. Again, I really enjoyed this shifter. I see nothing wrong with it. I like the fact that you have your controls here as well to go ahead and manage this, because sometimes I guess, you know, you don't want to touch, you just want to be like this. I will say it's not as easy to grab versus the Escalade. I find this a little bit more awkward, especially because this is high. So it's just a little bit awkward, but basically all your multimedia controls here, your audio, this is good. You want to put the vehicle in park, you just press this and it's going to be in P, very easy. A little bit of storage here, not too much, but you do have USB-C and regular USB over here. So you have that ability. And again, you have an SD card slot. So for anything that you want to do, plug in your SD card, that's fine. A little bit of storage here. Wireless charger. So I do like where this wireless charger pad is. So you just put your phone down in here, it's done. It's kind of easy to access. A tiny bit awkward, tiny bit, but still very easy to access right here. That's fine. Button to turn off traction control, and then going to your different modes. So this vehicle has a variety of different modes: sport mode, all-wheel drive mode, a front-wheel drive mode where it's going to take that V6, put it to a 4-cylinder, save on fuel economy. So that's good there. You can adjust this. Another nitpick on the interior, I don't like this. This is where your cup holders are at. You kind of slide this up. Can you hear that? It's like, it doesn't, see, I don't even like that. The way it comes down like that. Oh, it's stuck. A bit awkward, a little bit cheap. I wish they did something different here. And then all the crumbs and everything can fall into the railing here, which cause problems. That's not a big deal, but still something. And then 2 cup holders. So all of that's here. The other thing I will say is that these seats are a bit harder than the Escalade that I remember. So in the Escalade, it had that wonderful leather seating package, the aniline leather seats. These are a little bit more firm, more stiff. I'm not going to say they're not comfortable. They're comfortable, but they're more stiff. Something to get used to compared to the other cars I've been to? Yes. Would I have liked it softer? Probably. not the biggest end of the world here. Now, this does have, just like the Escalade and a lot of newer cars, that rear view camera system. I really like this. Me and my wife keep it on all the time for any vehicle that we're in. It just gives you a much better field of view of what's behind you, and it's much clearer. You can basically see people talking behind you when you're driving around. So it's kind of funny, but you also get a lot more detail. So I do like that. And then we have, again, I love this in these vehicles, a huge panoramic roof. So again, what this does is bring a ton of light into the cockpit, into the interior. It does have this small little bit here, but that's not a big deal. You can see in the last video I just did on my 2023 Lexus NX350H, it's got a much bigger, thicker piece here. So this is quite good. I really do like this, adds a lot to the interior space, so I do like that. Now, coming over here, you can see you have OnStar, so this vehicle does have the ability for OnStar. All of your settings are here, HomeLink as well, and yes, this roof does open up and retract. So unlike some vehicles with a complete glass top, this does give you retracting space, and that's a lot of space. Like, you could fit 2 people up there. If they want to stand, they can. Maybe you're out going to a party. I don't know what you people are doing, but you could do that if you wanted to. That's actually a lot of space. And speaking of space, I'm not the shortest guy in the world, 5'9" on a good day with some good shoes, and this is a lot of headspace. I really think, like, if you're a bigger person, my one buddy is like 6'2", he would fit perfectly in this vehicle. He'd have no problems. Tons of space here. I really do like that. Adds some airiness to the cockpit as well, including with a lot of the natural lighting that comes from the top. So this does look really good, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the back, but so far on the inside and on the front passenger seats, I'm very impressed. All right, so we're in the business class, the middle row of the XT6. Again, 5'9", you can see. I feel like the rear seats or the middle seats here are more like you see more down into the vehicle. I like that. It's like a little bit more raised. I have enough leg room here. That's good. Carbon fiber treatment here. Bose audio system. I can see my air vents right over here. Handle, light, where I can hang any of my work blazers or whatever else I have here. Great. Heated rear seats. I do like that. So heated rear seats are available. USB-C, USB, and then a nice little storage bin right over here for any of your goodies, whatever you may have. Close that. Where are the cup holders? Well, you know where the cup holders are. They're right over here. And they have these squishy plastic things which hold onto the cup, stops the spilling from happening. Gonna save you a lot of time cleaning your vehicle. That's good there. Close that open. And let's see what the middle feels like. Okay. So this is good, right? That there's a lot of headroom, because I feel like I'm much higher. If I'm like 6 foot or something, I'm gonna feel like the king of this vehicle sitting right in the middle. But it's actually comfortable. You know what? Most middle seats for a lot of vehicles are very hard. This feels like the most plushy seat actually of all the seats in this vehicle. You can see a bit of the bounce that I got. This is actually good. Like, I'd probably be okay to stay in the middle seat for a lot longer than you would expect. So that's really good there. Now you're probably wondering, how do you get to the back? Well, you open this guy up and you can go ahead and get yourself in the back there. And so these are the additional 3rd row seats. Again, you have USB here, you have the ability, or you have the cup holder there as well. Look, are you gonna fit real human beings there? Like potentially little children? That's probably good. Or it's gonna be a very crammed ride with wherever you're going with your friends or family, but it is available. So 7 seats are available there. Coming into it, actually pretty easy, not so hard. And then again, you have all of these actual buttons right here. So you can go ahead, put those seats up for the rear right from here. I like that. I like that they have the buttons here for that. Okay, let's say I'm the poor sap that has to go in the back. It's actually not so bad. So open this up. All right, great. The controls are right here. Let's roll up those seats. All right, let's go in. You know what? This is not that bad, actually. Like, honestly, it's better than you being stuffed in a trunk, okay? This is really good. USB-C's here. I have a cup holder here. I have legroom where it's not uncomfortable. My knees are touching it, but thank God this is soft. It's not like hard plastic. I'm actually fine in here. That's crazy. So you do have like, and I'm, again, a 32-year-old man that's 5'9". If you have young kids, anything, like they're gonna fit in here actually no problem. Still lots of this headspace, right? Again, like tons of this headroom. They have their light. You have the AC vent, the HVAC. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. 7, if you got a big family or you got a lot of good friends, you put your worst ones here still. Your best friends go up in the front, but you treat your enemies still with respect. Like, this is respectable. This is good. I think if you got 7 people in your squad, you're actually fine. And they're gonna be impressed when they come in here because they're gonna think, shit, you're gonna stick me in the 3rd row seating? They're gonna think, oh my God, what's that gonna be? They're gonna be very impressed, actually. So good job, Cadillac. Let me know, what do you guys think of the XT6? I think it's good. I think it's really good. I think it's all about kind of what you want out of the vehicle. Again, this is the sport package. It's got all the bells and whistles, $76,000 kind of out the door in Canada. The one nitpick I will still bring up is that screen. I wish it was bigger. You've seen in the previous video, the Escalade screen, that was a thing of beauty. I absolutely love that. I wish they almost brought a mini version of that into this vehicle. Then I think this vehicle is a home run. But I am gonna give it still very high marks. I think it's really great. If you have any questions about the XT6, leave them down in the comment box down below. And again, make sure you guys subscribe. A lot more videos to come. We're gonna check out a whole bunch of different vehicles from all these manufacturers. So once again, thank you, Cadillac. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. And actually, before you go, you probably thought, wait, Sonduren, you just had all that stuff in the trunk. Where did you put it? It still fits. It's all back here. Let me show you. That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. You're probably thinking I'm cheating about this. I'm really not. Look at this. All my camera gear, everything, it still fit. Look at this. It still fit.